guys, Gian here of GadgetPilipinas.net. This is the Next Infinity Quattro from Cloudfone, and if I may say, this is one of the best looking smartphones we've seen from a local company. And we actually looked at this and compared this with the other brands from international companies, and wow, I'm really blown away with how this thing looks like. Let's unbox this right now. The first thing you see is, of course, the warranty policy. This is where you put all the information in order for you to be able to claim eventually should you see any issues with your smartphone. Of course, let's not forget the quick start guide that is included inside the box. Now, they also included a SIM ejector, which would be a little handy should you want to remove the SIM and replace the micro SD. They also included a silicone case, which you seldom see from a local brand providing this, right? And of course, the screen protector. Now, there's also a 3.5mm headphone jack included. It's an in-ear earphone. So we don't think that it's hygienic to lend this to your friends after using it. And of course, not forget the micro USB cable. We were actually expecting the Quattro series to have a USB Type-C, but probably just to bring down the cost, they opted to use the micro USB. And of course, the charger, which I believe is not compatible with quick charge, but that's something for us to find out later on during our review. And that's pretty much everything inside the box of the Quattro from the Next Infinity lineup of Cloudfone. And now at this point, let's peel off the sticker. Let's try to compare this with one of the phones of Oppo, and this is the Oppo F5 Youth. As you can see, the Cloudfone Next Infinity Quattro is a lot taller than the Oppo F5 Youth. Button placement is different as well, as the Oppo F5 only has one switch at the right side. Both use micro USB, and there's a bit of a difference, of course, in terms of where the 3.5mm headphone jack is located. The screen is bigger, obviously, on the Quattro. And at this point, let's check out another phone. This time, this is the OnePlus 5T. The Next Infinity Quattro is a bit taller compared to the OnePlus 5T, but in terms of placement of the camera and the flash, it is the same. The 5T, the switches are a little different as well compared to our Next Infinity Quattro. The major advantage of the OnePlus 5T is its mute switch. The 5T uses Type-C cable, and when you compare this to The Quattro, it only uses micro USB. And now at this point, let's move on and compare this with the Huawei Nova 2i. Now this is where we're very interested to look at, because we find the Cloudfone Next Infinity Quattro a little close in terms of looks with the Huawei Nova 2i, except of course for the placement of the camera. The switch, everything's on the right side. There's no mute button here though. SIM is located on the left side. And that's pretty much it. And at this point, let's speed things up.